Hello everybody, today I wanted to talk to you about the LWRC IR SPR. The rifle is unloaded, just threw the magazine in there for some aesthetic. So going over my rifle real quick, just wanted to throw on, it did not come with this grip, this light, this mount, or this optic. It did come with these pretty nice flip-up sights. If I can, there you go. And it has both front and rear sights, which they're very nice, very sturdy. They are made out of metal. Yeah, all of them, the entire sights are made out of metal. It has a enhanced ambidextrous charging handle. Go ahead. The bolt carrier group is nickel boron. The bolt itself is this sexy, slick black nitride. We got a fluted barrel with this, as you can probably hear, a ringing 4-prong muzzle device. These screws up here, you undo those. Excuse me while I try and undo those as quick as possible. Oh, jeez. Oh, it's all falling apart. Oh, God, the video's going to hell. Oh, God. Okay, and then this slides forward, up, and off. I have not noticed any sort of waning zero with my front sight being on there because of how this locks in there. It goes down, and then it slides back. And then the screws adjust, and then you have your piston system, which is a technically 4-piece if you count the spring system. And you got your nice cup up here, which actually it would probably help if I went ahead and locked that back real quick. And there we go. Now I can show you it has a cup that goes over the gas block instead of the more traditional where it goes inside the gas block. And there's a bunch of little serrations on here that scrape off carbon. Overall, I really like the system. Each piece seems nice and thick and very robust, and every single part of it is made out of a high-strength steel. Some people have had the concern that my optic is a bit far forward, but as you can see, the actual upper receiver ends way up here, so my receiver is actually longer than other people's receivers. My handguards actually start right up here, whereas other receivers start and end about here. So I understand why there was the confusion, but understand this rifle isn't quite like most other rifles. Honestly, it's a little bit better. Not just a little humble brag. But anyway, so it did also come with this cutie mount that mounts to the side over here, and then it also came with this Picatinny section over here, which I was able to throw my grip and flashlight on there, which this is my main home defense carbine, so flashlight is mandatory. You need to have lumens on your rifle. The rifle is fully ambidextrous. As you can see, you got a bolt catch on the right and a magazine release on the left. That's pretty cool. Fully ambidextrous safety, both sides. The stock is sort of a smaller version of the SOP mod stock. There's a screw in it that prevents you from pulling it off, but I have had it off, and you can put a little bit of some like batteries, whatever else have you, inside there. QD mount, double-sided back here. Also on this end. There you go. And features. So overall, this rifle cost me about $2,000, a little bit more than that. Quite a bit pricey. Overall, I feel like I got a good very well designed, very well cared. Like a lot of care went into the design of this rifle is what I'm trying to say. And every single part of it just fits and flows and moves together. It's a very, very quality rifle. I absolutely love this thing. I pulled it out of the box, and the first thing that I said was, well, this is now your new favorite AR in the entire world. And my big debate was between this, and I know a bunch of the people down at my local gun shop, and I got suggestions from each of them as to which ones to get. Good buddy Garrett suggested this one, and boy am I glad that he did. Other ones were everything from Patriot Ordnance Factory, POF, and LMT, and various other ones, but I wanted one with a piston setup because I like being a special, wonderful little snowflake and having my own special, different little rifle. No, it was because I feel like the piston systems are a little bit more robust. They are a little bit heavier. This rifle is definitely a bit heavier than a gas impingement system, but it's to be expected. You have a chunk of metal or several pieces of metal sticking out on the end of your barrel. It doesn't actually imbalance the rifle at all. I found that holding it up, doing what you would normally do with your rifle, isn't any more difficult with the extra, add a little bit of weight. Honestly, more weight comes from the rail system than the piston system, in my opinion. So it's not that big of a difference, but there is definitely a difference between the gas impingement. Sorry about that. The one thing that I actively dislike about the rifle is the muzzle device, and that's only because whenever you fire, you get this loud, audible, like, tuning fork ring off of this muzzle device. My favorite muzzle device is the A2 birdcage, but that seems kind of mundane for all of the special neato features and price point of this rifle. And going back to why I chose this over all of those other ones, including the H&K 416 or MR556 for civilians, which I am, and that would be what I would get. Not trying to, say I'm anything other, but why I went with this was I feel like the H&K is a bit overhyped, and for $3,000, you're getting actively less gun for more just roll mark price. You get a fully ambidextrous nickel boron bolt with a more robust, better piston system, there I said it, for $1,000 less with this versus something that actively is a good gun but doesn't have nearly as many features and is overall, in my opinion, slightly inferior to this system here. The gentleman who actually worked on the MR556 HK416 eventually went on to work for SIG, and the SIG rifle I feel is a bit more comparable to this, but I still say that this one beats the SIG rifle out. SIG, if you ever want to send me one of your rifles to compare, go ahead. I'm not going to say no. SIG rifle is also a very good rifle, and the SIG MCX, the second model, not the first model, was also in the running for this position. The POF didn't really like their piston system. I did, look at it carefully, but the long one-piece rod didn't, it just didn't vibe with me too much. The LMT, it was only in the running for so long. I looked at it and then immediately moved on. The only one that really stuck out as the primo rifle was the LWRC IR SPR. I have a second thing that I also don't like. They need to really come up with a better string of letters and words that you can use to describe this, because LWRC IR SPR could be a lot shorter. So, what else should I ramble about? I don't know. So I think I'm going to end it here. If you're thinking about getting an LWRC IC SPR or M6IC, which is printed on the side, then maybe go ahead and pick up something like this guy. Because so far, I've noticed it to be a very accurate, reliable, good gun. Obviously, my reliability bar isn't that high because I am but a lowly civilian and I clean my rifles every time that I shoot them because I'm very OCD about that. But LWRC does actually supply these to a couple of different militaries and militia groups and other such and stuff, and they haven't had any problems and they keep asking for more. So I'd say that that's a pretty good, set. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the content. Have a nice day.